Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your host, Kim Hoang, the guy that actually does a podcast called the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. And I hope that you guys are doing well. And here's another serving of our episode mini. Real quick to those that actually live in the DMV, because we are actually recording right now on a Tuesday. Yesterday, we actually got hit with a lot of snow, and I hope that everybody in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, whether if you're in D.C., Maryland, or Northern Virginia, we're just hoping that you're okay, and we're hoping that you're safe, and we're hoping that everything is going well. I was lucky enough to be in a situation where during my, at my day job, I actually got like notification that, we were going to be closed. So, just to kind of be safe and not have to worry about traveling with all the snow inclements, because we were supposed to actually get about like 11 inches in the DMV. Luckily, we dodged that bullet in the sense that we only probably got like 5 or 6. So that was actually pretty cool, and I was really happy about that. And a lot of businesses that I know locally, they were closed too for the observance of the weather and to be safe. And I think that's good. I think the way that, it should be that way. I don't think that anybody should go out there in the elements to go ahead and to go to work. That would just be crazy. All I can say real quick is that if I was put in a position where I had to go to work, I would be like, okay, no problem. I'll just take public transportation because I don't feel safe driving out in the elements in, my own vehicle or anybody's vehicle for that matter. And I just rather, play it safe than be a victim of, an automobile accident. So that's what it is. So let's just go ahead and jump into it, guys. I'm really excited, and I want to congratulate the Baltimore Ravens for being the AFC North champions, the divisional champions, as we actually steamrolled over the Cleveland Browns on Saturday. It was like 35 to, I think it was like 35 to 10, I think. Let me go ahead and check real quick because I know it was a lot that's going on. I'm actually cruising around all over on the grid today. So let's go ahead and check this out real quick. Just to be sure, I know that there was a lot that was going on. So let's just go into the beginning of NFL.com. And it was the final score of 35 to 10. Yes, that is confirmed. Thank you, Internet, and thank you, Google, for letting me know that. That was great because with that win, that gave us the divisional title. And that helped maintain our, position going into the postseason, where it's going to be happening this Saturday. That's right, this Saturday on the 11th, exclusively on Prime Video. So if you have Amazon Prime Video, you can watch the game for free. And we are going to go against our divisional rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's going to be an interesting one because, with that rivalry, that's a classic rivalry. It goes down either way where, either we win or they win. Normally, what would happen is that we would win a couple, they would win a couple, and the games usually don't go like a blowout. Like we probably would win by, or any of the teams would win by like 3 or by 7 or something like that. It wouldn't go so far. It's been interesting because the last time this season, at the first game, we lost against Pittsburgh. We lost really like by, I think, about like no more than 7 points, I think, in Pittsburgh. And then recently on week 16, they played us at home in Baltimore, and we won that one. Matter of fact, that was a huge game, and I was reading it just the other second. So let me just pull in the score. That was, if I remember correctly, that was week 16, I believe, and I believe that we won 34 to 17, which was huge, very, very huge. I don't know what's going to happen, coming into this playoff game in this postseason. Because let's put it to you this way. Now that we're in the postseason, everybody is literally 0-0. Nobody's won. So we got to see what's going on. I know that the Ravens have a goal to, go all the way, and they will have to win it step by step, and they want to go ahead and take it one game at a time. I know that they still have a sour taste in their mouths because last season we went all the way to the AFC Championship to lose it against the Kansas City Chiefs 17-10 at home. Literally, the road to the Super Bowl had to go through Baltimore, and we lost our opportunity. So yeah, we're taking this season a little bit more seriously this time, and I feel like the Ravens are going to do everything that we can to try to win against the Steelers, as well as the Steelers are going to try to do everything they can to advance in the AFC playoffs and get one step closer to the Super Bowl. The one thing I love about this rivalry is that, it's very close. Like I said before, it never goes into like a high-scoring blowout. It gets pretty close by 3 points or by 7. Although with the last game that we played against the Steelers, you would never know because, we won 34-17. I mean, the scores, the score doesn't lie. I'm hoping that the Ravens really put themselves in a good position and a good mind frame to win. But we have to remember, we can't give away so much penalties, and I think that's our Achilles heel, is that we commit a lot of penalties, and we really shouldn't, for what I believe is like the simplest thing, and we still do that. I think that we have to keep running on all 6 cylinders and make sure that everyone is good to go. I'm not sure what the condition is for Zay Flowers, because I know that he suffered a knee injury. It wasn't a career-ending injury, and I don't think it was a season-ending injury. But we just have to make sure that he's healthy and he's ready to play. If he's not ready to play, so be it. Justice Hill, we got to make sure that he's in a good place, because I think that he's still under like concussion protocol. So we'll see what happens. But I feel like, this time we have a legit shot. It really just depends on where we go and how we play our game, But the thing about it is that we got to keep on playing that regular Baltimore Ravens smash mouth football. We got to play it rough. We got to play it tough. We got to do whatever we can, And I think that with this specific lineup, the members that we have, the team that we have, the unit that we have, I feel pretty good about our chances. It just all depends on the situation, but I think that we have a shot. We have a shot, and hopefully, it's going to be a good situation where we can get it, we can get in, and we'll be able to go all the way. But it depends on the situation. Who's hungrier in wanting to go all the way and succeed and win to get to the AFC Championship and then eventually going into the Super Bowl. Now I will say this. I want to be fair. A lot of people here in the postseason have a chance to win. Because right now in the playoff spot, Chiefs are number 1, the Bills are in, Ravens are in, the Texans are in, the Chargers are in, the Steelers are in, and the Broncos are in. So those are the teams that that really are setting themselves for the path towards getting to the Super Bowl. But who will get in there? I don't know. It's going to be interesting, folks. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen, and I'm looking forward to see where it's going to go. Hopefully, and I said hopefully, that we'll be able to, get away with this money. But we gotta play smart and we gotta play right, and that's all I have to say about that. That being said, though, my only thing I can say as a fan is that I wish nothing but the best for the Baltimore Ravens. I hope that they'll be able to clinch the title, the AFC title as the AFC champions. And I hope that we go all the way to win. But we got to take it one day at a time, one step at a time, one game at a time. And that's all I have to say about that. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Guys, it's definitely been real quick, though, as a friendly reminder. Please like and subscribe to our podcast on all the podcasting platforms that we associate our podcasting show with, i.e. Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and Audible. Please let people know about our podcast, whether if it's in person by telling your friends, your family members, or your coworkers, or spreading the information about our podcast on social media like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, now known as X, Snapchat, and or TikTok, because sharing is caring. It's called brand awareness. The more times that you do that, then the more chances that the word of the podcast will be spread around with more people. People will hear it. They'll, gravitate towards it, and they'll follow it and so forth. And then they will tell their friends and their family members and their coworkers and et cetera, et cetera. So that's all I got to say. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Be safe out there, guys. If you're out there traveling in that snow, and just be safe in general to everybody else. We love you. Thank you. We appreciate it. We'll do another, episode mini real soon. But guys, take care of yourselves. Be safe. And, keep doing what you're doing, because it's a beautiful thing. And, you deserve the best in life. Take care. God bless y'all. And we'll see you guys real soon. Peace.